Hey everybody, the R&R show is brought to you by Fun Again Games. And guess what, Ruel? We have a sponsor!
We have a sponsor! Oh my gosh, this is so great.
I am so happy. This is a big episode number 4. We'll be giving away another copy of Origins. We will be starting a new contest as well. We'll be doing a new top 10, which is one I've never done before. It's really far out. I'm very much looking forward to it. And most importantly, you're getting paid, my friend. Hooray!
Yes. I'm always a big fan of getting paid. So thanks to Fun Again Games for the sponsorship today. So happy to be here. And, you know, whenever I hear the peppy music of our intro, it always puts me in the perfect mood to talk games, my friend.
Really? Okay.
It does. It's nice and peppy, and I'm ready to go. I'm excited to ask you first, what is in front of you today?
This game right here, you would like to know about? Sure.
I would love to know about it.
Is Verdant. Let me go on ahead and give you the overhead view. This is insane. There is a design super team working on this game. Imagine, if you will, the designer of Calico teamed up with his co-designer from Overboss, and then the two of them teamed up with the triple threat designers of Point Salad and Truffle Shuffle, and put together an incredible card drafting, tableau building game, all about getting all kinds of plants, taking really good care of them, while also decorating your apartment with kitty cats and dogs and furniture and whatnot. That is what Verdant is. It's incredible.
Gosh.
Yes.
Beautiful.
It is a great looking game. This is the end of a game Jen and I had just played, and I wanted to play it one more time before I film it, because after I film it, it's going in the mail to you. Because yes, you will be covering it when it goes live on Kickstarter next month. I'll be doing a run through, but then at some point you'll be showing up and walking people through it as well. So,
and I'll be doing that live, just like we are live right now. Thanks to all of everyone in chat. I mean, I'm always blown away by the international audience here at R&R. We got Canada, we've got Europe, we've got the US. Oh, everyone's showing up. This is so great. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with us today. I was going to ask you another thing. What was it? Yeah, I forgot. My mind just went blank. That happens sometimes.
Well, hopefully that'll be your only goof in this episode.
That's it. That's the beauty of live streaming. I make one goof per episode, and that is it. So we're done with that. Let's move on to talking about the contest that we were just discussing.
Okay, sure.
We're going to give away Origins.
All right. Yes. Origins. I've tallied all of the entries about as of a half an hour ago. Sorry, folks. If you would like to enter to win a copy of Origins, that ship has sailed. Let's go on ahead. I think I've got the wheel of names queued up. Are you ready to go with it?
There it is.
Yes, you are. Oh, there is one wheel of names. Let's click it and see who wins. Serbia is in the house. Hello.
Wow,
Mirren.
Nice. Latin America, Germany.
Right. Felicitas. Awesome. And the winner is Brendan.
Brendan
who? We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Brendan X, Mystery Brendan, Mr. Brendan, if you're nasty. And don't worry, Brendan, whoever you are, I have your actual full email address, and I'm not going to display that publicly, but congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you later today to get your details so that you can get that copy of Origins coming your way shortly.
Did anyone else get that reference? I totally got that reference.
Did you?
Brendan, if you're nasty. That is a great reference.
I was wondering if anybody would pick up on it.
I'm waiting for chat to say. I haven't seen anything in chat, so maybe you and I are probably the only ones on Earth that just got that reference.
We are of a certain age. We grew up in a different time than probably a sizable portion of our audience when it boils right down to it. Oh, there we go. Board Game Fangirl knows what we're talking about.
Right on, Board Game Fangirl. They got it. Awesome. Love it.
Cool. All right. Well, so that was last week's contest. We have a new contest we're going to be running this week. And since our sponsor this week is Fun Again Games, they have decided to pony up the contest reward is a $50 gift certificate.
Wow.
So one lucky winner will get $50 to spend however they want at Fun Again Games. And to enter, you're going to have to send an email to contest@rahdo.com. And in the subject header of the contest email, you will have to put a secret word, in the subject. You can put whatever you want in the email. Pictures, well wishes. Oh, Ro, I wish you could see them all. I get so many well wishes. So many people are absolutely loving the show. They're so happy to see you on the channel. It's a bright point in everybody's week. It's awesome. But the important thing, folks, I appreciate all of that. But the important thing is the secret word goes into the subject title so that my little automatic filter will just stream it directly into the directory that keeps track of everything. Now, what's the secret word you're asking? We're not telling you right now because we'd like you to watch the show. Because we're all about getting those numbers up. So at some point during the show, one of us will drop a secret word. And if the other is paying attention, they will get mega kudos. But if whoever drops the secret word is able to slip it in undetected, and so far, Ruel has beaten me at this 2 out of 3 times. So I have to be on constant alert in case he drops the secret word. He has to do it for me. Don't worry, when the secret word comes up, we will tell you what it is and remind you about the email address and all of that. But that's very, very cool.
Yes.
Somebody, Gabrielle is saying, I noticed that I am very blurry. I don't notice myself being very blurry.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's an issue. It was fine on my end. Look at that. I just went over and looked. I am underwater. Hopefully I sound okay. This is a StreamYard issue because I'm looking at the StreamYard feed that only you and I see, and I look crystal clear. Yeah. But, okay, you know what? Right when you said that, now it's blurry. But your audio is perfect. But now
that's the important thing.
Okay, audio's good. So weird. Okay.
You know what I'm going to do, just in case? I am going to. I had all 3 of our feeds running in the background just so I can make sure they're going. Maybe it'll make a difference if I kill those. But again, I don't know. I look fine. But you know what? It's okay, folks, because if I'm going to be blurry soon, I'll be in a very, very tiny window because we're ready to do a top 10. Or if you're ready to go.
Yeah, I am ready to go. Just one quick clarification. Friends in chat were asking, is the contest giveaway worldwide?
The contest giveaway is worldwide. Although, of course, you will. The contest giveaway. Actually, I should have asked them. I'm not sure if the $50 counts can only apply towards the games, but not the shipping, or if it could go towards the shipping as well, and then you just get a smaller game. I am not 100% sure. That would have been a smart question for me to ask ahead of time. But
well,
no one ever accused me of being smart.
It'll be part of the surprise. You're going to find out all about what you've won when you win it. So that's
That's part of the surprise, Fun Again ships worldwide. We'll have to find out about that. And when next episode we'll know and we'll give the answer. And let's see. Am I still fuzzy? Am I still underwater?
Yeah, let's ask.
I cleared up my bandwidth as much as I could.
Yeah, like on my end, it's okay, but we'll see what.
But I've been okay the whole time, supposedly. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go back to Twitch and take one more quick look before we start our top 10. Let's see. Nope, I am still lower than low itself, which is weird.
Still fuzzy.
Let's get into a tiny window as fast as we can. So it won't be quite so obnoxious, and we'll have to find out about this after the fact because we are not going to IT this right now. Sorry about that, folks. But so our top 10 this week is the games we would buy right now. And it just seemed appropriate to do this because a board game retailer is our sponsor of the week. Fun Again Games. What we did is both of us got on Fun Again Games last night, looked through the new releases and also their liquidation, just for stuff that, hey, if I was putting my money on the table, here's what I would do. We both have 5 that we would like to talk about. We're going to do them in countdown format. The 10 that we are going to go over together will be the definitive games you should buy today. And I assume you're ready to pull up the Fun Again website so we can go on ahead and walk people through our decisions, right?
We are good to go. And friends, get those wallets ready because here we go. This is from the
We're going shopping on your behalf.
We are going shopping. Yes, let's go shop. Rahdo. So here is the Fun Again game site. Again, thanks to our sponsor today. Let's get into what games we would buy right now as we're looking at the site. Would you like to kick it off or should I kick it off?
I would have thought I was going to kick it off, but I just realized just now I don't actually have my list open, but it's just one click away. I'm ready to go. Are you ready? I'll be the number 10, and we'll go down from there. Ready?
Let's rock and roll. Yep, let's do this.
Search, Ruel, for Descent.
Descent, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Which I know might be a bit of surprise for some people. Was Descent Legends of the Dark? Because you're thinking, well, hey, isn't this just like roll them bones like crazy, just go through dungeon after dungeon after dungeon? Yes, it is. And here's why I'm personally interested in this. Why I would be I do desperately want to play this game right now, because this is the latest. This is the third big box game that publisher FFG has really worked on marrying analog gameplay and digital gameplay. They did it with Journeys of Middle Earth, and before that, Mansions of Madness 2nd Edition. And I was so impressed by the digital implementation of those games. I absolutely loved it, and I want to see what they're doing in the new one. But it's not only that. I mean, this has got some of the best production of dungeon crawl I've ever seen. Go back to that last picture. This box is full of three-dimensional environmental decorations, bookshelves, trees, but then the actual dungeon itself is multi-level and all of that. It's really, really cool. I don't know if you've ever played Legends of Andor, which has done this for years, having lots of cool little things you put together. I love them in Andor. I suspect I would love them in here. And then the last thing, yes, it's a dice rolly dungeon, but the dice rolling seems a lot more interesting from what I've seen in this game, because really, you're going to succeed. You roll the dice when you attack or when you defend, you are going to successfully hit stuff. It's just a question of how many bursts are you going to get, and you can spend in, exhaustion to get more bursts, so you can do special abilities. And this reminds me a lot of another great dungeon crawl from Stronghold Games a few years ago called Space Alert Away Missions, which was a sadly overlooked, wonderful little game that had this whole idea of, hey, the dice aren't about getting successes. You're going to succeed. You're going to hit what you want to hit. The dice are telling you how many cool bonus things will you get to do. And I love that idea as well. And then the last thing I've heard, this game has really phenomenal variety. This is not just dungeon after dungeon after dungeon, just kill everything you see. And so there is so much in this box that I am. Well, it's my number 10 of the list, Descent, Legends of the Dark.
I am just as excited as you are. Again, just putting all together the little cardboard things here. I mean, it looks amazing. And from what I've read too, the app and like the other apps that they've FFG has done, it takes a lot of the busy work out of it. You know, it's doing a lot of bookkeeping for you as well, so it makes the game flow even smoother. Yeah, this I am surprised you picked up. I nearly picked this one, so I'm really happily surprised that you picked this one.
Excellent. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I have to. I mean, it was so amazing to experience the other games, and I'm hoping this is the one that really sticks with me. I see Wade in the chat is asking about how is this different than the first Descent. The number one thing, aside from updated, production values and all that, new stories and all that, is the fact that the original Descent was a one versus many. One player was the equivalent of a board game dungeon master, and the other players were trying to beat them. Here, the app takes on that role. And that's what I want to see. How are they pursuing that next? I'm really hoping. It seems like in this game, more than the previous two, the app really pays attention to what players are doing, because you have to tell, oh, this player is attacking this particular monster. So the app can keep track of that. So maybe the monsters remember who fought them and stuff like that, which the other ones did not do. The other apps really had no idea what was happening on the board. Here, there's even more interaction between the two. So I am very interested in that.
Yes, looks so great. Want to welcome everyone from all platforms. We've got Facebook happening, we've got Twitch happening, we've got YouTube happening. Thank you all. Thanks to Restream allowing you all to interact with each other here on the stream. So appreciate y'all. I did want to shout out Nane1982. They said, Descent, Rahdo, call an exorcist.
Totally understandable. But again, this would be my third time I've covered this kind of game, because I'm a former video game developer. I love the integration of the digital and the analog, and this is cutting edge. So I must have it, my precious. It is my precious. It's my number 5. Descent, nice. Legends of the Dark.
All right. And let's move on to mine. As you can see, I'm typing in right here.
All right.
A game called
what's your number 9?
My number 9 is Dark Ages. Yes, this is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, talk about just a crazy package of games, the Emperor bundle. It has the Heritage of Charlemagne and the Holy Roman Empire package, and this is the deluxe, like deluxeified, awesome edition. I'm really, I've never played this game, but I'm super excited to check this out. I would totally buy this day because of it's a 4X game. I love 4X games, but it's done more of like a Euro. Yeah, it's more. But here's the thing. It's done more like a Euro game, right? It's got Eurocentric mechanisms, which right off the bat reminds me of Scythe. And Scythe is one of my all-time favorites, where you think it's going to be this big Ameritrash game, but then when you start playing, it's like, oh, okay, you've got a little engine building, you've got some Euro stuff, you've got resources, you need to convert resources to do other things. This is really interesting to me, too, because according to the site here, that it is a historically based civilization building game. So to get that like sort of history lesson while you're playing this big monstrous game, oh my gosh, it looks really, really amazing.
This is not fantasy. This is, hard history, but 4X style with Euro mechanisms, and it looks like a metric boatload of actual content.
Right. And I mean, look, you get the realistic resources and the metal coins. I mean, those things, my copy aside, I may have like upgraded mine, after I bought the game. This includes all that stuff there. I mean, it's crazy how much content you're getting in this. The gameplay is 1 to 4 players, so it does have a solo mode, and it's 120 to 180 minutes. So it's definitely something that it's going to take up the table. It's going to be on your table for a little while longer than like a gateway game, obviously. But this one, I would buy it today because my gaming group, we're starting to meet together more regularly because number one, everyone's vaccinated and everyone's been practicing, social distancing, physical distancing, but now we can actually get together and play games like this. And this would be a huge hit with my main gaming group. This is Dark Ages. What do you think, Rahdo? You got
think
thoughts on this?
It's interesting. Both of us put our 2 big ticket items at the bottom of our list because we are still conscious at the end of the day. It's funny. Most of my other stuff is actually significantly cheaper than this. But I just wanted to say, and that's right. I remember you talking about how much you love Twilight Imperium now that I think about it.
That's my all-time favorite game, Twilight
Imperium.
Really? And so,
oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow.
So this would be this falls along those lines of big epic experience, but different in the fact that it's not space stuff. It's not a space opera. This is like hard history. So I think that's why it really appealed to me. Plus, this is the type of thing. If I could buy it today, I definitely would because it's got metal coins, realistic resources, tons of content. I mean, you're set for a while with this one.
As Wade points out in the chat, yes. Well, I figure Scythe with all the expansions is also a very expensive proposition. This is a big box with a ton of stuff. Yeah.
And that's what I thought about. Like, I thought about what I put into Scythe because I wasn't an original Kickstarter. I bought this thing. I piecemealed it, throughout the years. So I got the base game. I upgraded this. I upgraded that. And then I got the expansions. And, by the time it was all said and done, it was pretty much the same price as what you're getting here. So there it is. I think it's funny that we did do the same thing where we put our big ticket items at the bottom of the list. And you will see mine as well. You'll see how I'm working out.
My next one, my number 8 is definitely a bit more cost conscious. It is Subastral. Yes. From the design duo of Pinchback and Riddle. I love these guys. And it's funny, every time anybody mentions anything from them, they'll say, the designers of Fleet. And I'm sure they're like, we've done a lot of games since Fleet, and they're all really good. And Subastral is the latest one from Renegade Games. And this is actually a sequel to another game the two of them did called Stellar.
Stellar, yes.
And have you played Stellar? It is Stellar.
Love Stellar. Yes.
Right. Well, this is basically the same core idea, except now instead of watching the nighttime sky, we're building natural biomes on Earth. But you have a hand of cards. On your turn, you're going to play one. That card has a number, 1 to 6, which means it goes into depot 1 through 6. When I put it down a 3, that means, it's right in the middle. I could take any of I could pick any of the depots to the right and score those cards, or I could take any of the depots to the left and bring those cards into my hand so I have future options. And that's brilliant. It's simple, it's clean, it's elegant, but it leads to really hugely challenging decision-making. Because the other thing is when I put that 3 out there, after my turn's over, that's a card you can go grab. And maybe it's exactly what you need to finish your set collection. So Stellar was phenomenal. Subastral from the same team. I expect really, really great stuff as well. So that would be my number 8 that I must seek out.
And the Clyde man over there on Twitch mentions that it's Beth Sobel art as well.
Yes. Yep.
You know, that's for me. It's almost an auto buy at that point. It does remind me a little bit of Stellar. That whole like you're going to play a card, but you're giving your opponent. What does that do it in Stellar? I forget. No, you take a card in Stellar, and then. Yeah. Anyways, it's got that tension, right? Of like, what are you going to play, and what are you giving your opponent to play?
Exactly.
Well.
What are you putting out there for the future? Much like Lost Cities. But then when you play it, are you going to score some stuff? Because you will eventually run out of cards if you keep doing that. But maybe you're going to do it because those are the perfect cards to give me maximum score. And then I've just completely scuppered myself because now I've got an empty hand and I have to slowly refill it. It seems really sharp. And Stellar was so good, and Fleet is so good. And again, Matt and Ben have so many other great designs too. But I've really enjoyed all of them, including their latest release, Subastral. So what have you got for number 7? Oh, I'm sorry, go on.
I was just going to say real quick, Subastral, one thing I'm really looking forward to this game was Stellar is just a 2-player only game, and Subastral 2 to 5 players. So that'll open
true.
It up for, more game groups. Yeah, excited about that. Great choice. That was nice. Okay, so that's a lot more affordable than other games that are on our list. But I'm going to continue my list. So that was number.
That was my number 8. So we're on to your number 7.
Number 7 is a game that's cheaper than the last one I did, but it's still up there. It's called Coffee Traders. This is
really okay. Yeah.
I mean,
this is a big deal. People are talking about this game like crazy.
Yeah. Are you a coffee drinker? I forget.
No, I am not. I have to admit, I've always been kind of. I really like the game Cafe that came out a while ago. There's also coffee. Normally, I stay away from coffee themes, but harvesting the beans, getting them, all the way to people's bellies. But I mean, this is a big, heavy, super deep game from Capstone, right?
Capstone,
yes,
correct.
Capstone
Capstone
Games,
brought this over. So it's 2 to 5 players. Plays about 2.5 hours. It's a heavier worker placement game. Again, this is what I'm thinking of when my main game group. Now that we're getting back into the flow of things, this is the type of game that we can play together. You're cultivating and creating coffee beans, or you're making coffee basically, and you're going to build plantations and structures, and you're going to ship them out. And the thing that I really like about this game that really caught my eye is that apparently you can piggyback actions of others, right? You can someone takes an action, you can take a form of that action. Again, going back to the whole Twilight Imperium type of mechanism where you take the main strategy action, someone can sort of piggyback paying a slight cost and taking a different like a weaker version of that action. I always like that in games. This one has it. So you're going to try to fulfill contracts and supply the coffee bars around the world with your premium beans. And I'm looking forward to it. It's got a little area majority as well to it, which I'm always a big fan of. And this game, I'm really looking forward to checking it out at some point. It's got a little discount right now on Fun Again, folks. You can get it for I think it's 17, almost 20% off. So that is Coffee Traders.
Here's why this didn't make my list, because I've been hearing nothing about this. People are very, very excited about it. And again, Capstone Games, they don't make mistakes. They bring out good games consistently. But I kind of passed on it because up until literally this morning, because I just went and checked while you were talking, Board Game Geek said this is a 3 to 5 player game. And then you said, wait, it's 2 to 5. And it says it right here. And I just went back to Board Game Geek and somebody has updated it. The game is now for 2 players as well, which I've been kind of ignoring the game up till now.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they continued development and added a second player option. I don't know, but that's great. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody in the chat. I see Kabuki Kids here, and she knows everything. If anybody knows, was it originally 3 and it's switched to 2? I'm not quite sure. Okay. Brant says there's the rule book has a new 2-player variant. So apparently, originally it was the 3-player minimum, and then the developers realized, you know what? We're leaving a lot of money on the table if we can't get this playable for 2. So, and the jury is still out, it sounds like, according to the chat, as to whether you should play it with higher player counts. Now, of course, that's what you want anyway, is to play it with your game group. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, Coffee Traders. That is a big one. And now I do have to go look at it a bit more closely because I was not aware of the 2-player. Okay,
yeah, I feel like this is like, now that it's 2 players, I feel like this is right in your like your wheelhouse, right? You
totally,
and Jen play,
totally.
Yeah.
This would have made my list if I did not have that misunderstanding. Alrighty,
Awesome.
So we move on from your number 7 coffee traders to my number 6. And for folks who have just jumped in, by the way, 1, sorry, I would go reboot my router right now. Something's gone technically wrong. I'm low res, but hopefully I still sound okay. And 2, we're doing our top 10 games we would buy right now, and we're using our sponsor of the week, Fun Again Games, as our source material. So my number 6, I saw a few people asking, what's going on here? What is happening? All right, my number 6, Ruel, start typing Roll Camera, and it's ROLL.
Yes.
This is fantastic. I am so happy this is finally coming out. I actually covered it when it was on Kickstarter last year, and I fell so hard in love with this game. It's a cooperative dice worker placement game. And just that right there really sets it apart from pretty much, who else does that? There are lots of dice worker placement games out there, but a co-op, because we're all working together to make the best movie we can. And I can think of few Euro-y games that do a better job of really working the theme of what we're doing into the game. Everybody has a hand of cards that are clever solutions to problem. Every round, they're called problem cards, and they're budget overruns and stubborn stars and stuff like that. And so these events are building up that are slowing down our production. We are having to smartly play cards and use our dice worker placement because that represents our crew, that we can solve the problems or ignore the problems, because we got to put on a show. There's a Tetris-y tile laying element of actually building the sets. There is the actual writing of the script. There is the picking of the scenes. Actually, if we win the game after we're done, we actually have a 5-act movie, and the rules suggest that, hey, now after you're done, what was the movie you just made? It's phenomenal. The thematic stuff here is so great. And it's a cooperative dice worker placement game, incredibly thematic. Everybody has cool special powers, depending on whether the director or the costume designer. It's and it has wonderful art. It has a really great presentation. Like I said, I fell hard in love with this game last year when I covered the prototype. I definitely want to play the real deal now. My number 6, Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game.
Yes, and I love, someone mentioned in chat too, that clapper box. That's such a nice touch. It's so
Isn't
clever.
That
right? I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
And someone mentioned the expansion coming up in October, was it?
Yes, I believe they will be doing an expansion. I don't really know much about it, but I am I've got my eyes out for that too. Yeah.
Yeah, super excited about that. I love the.
I'm sorry. One more thing. I love this game so much. So we're trying to make the best movie we can, but if things aren't going our way, we can actually pivot and try to make a movie so bad it's good. That we can, instead of trying to get the quality to rise, we can try to tank it so we can make a Sharknado.
Yes, Sharknado or like Plan B from Outer Space.
Yes. Yep. Oh man,
love it. That's awesome. Yeah, this one, like you said, I'm so curious because I can't think of a dice worker placement game that I've played that was cooperative. It's always been competitive. Nothing comes off the top of my head right now, but yeah, unique theme, unique mechanism. Really looking forward to this one. That is Roll Camera, the filmmaking board game.
Yep.
All right. So moving on, I've got a next one. Now, this next one I've actually played and I've enjoyed it immensely. And this is Embarcadero. Whoops.
This is not the first time you've talked about this on the show.
It's not. And there's a reason why, because I really, really enjoyed this game. Talk about unique themes. This is this is the second historical game I've got on my list. So I guess I'm in like an educational mood these days.
You know what? Before you go on, I've heard you talk about this before. You definitely should talk about it because I know it's awesome. It was awesome when Shay covered it too. I'm thinking about risking everything and dropping out of the stream and then coming back in to see if that fixes me. Should I do it?
You know what? Yeah, go ahead and do that because I can talk while you take a little break here and come back.
Okay, I will be right back, folks.
Okay.
Ruel will take care of things. All right.
All right. So, friends, you've got me for the next couple of minutes as we get Rahdo back here. We're going to improve the quality of the stream. Thanks for hanging out with us. Embarcadero, oh my gosh. This is a game it's based on actual history, right? San Francisco, around the turn of the 20th century, ships were coming in, delivering goods and a bunch of other stuff, right? And entrepreneurs at that time took advantage of this, and as the ships came in, they started building on top of the emptied ships, and they built upwards and outwards. Oh, it's so good. In the game, it's hand management, area control, and my favorite thing about this game is you have 5 cards per round that you're playing, but as you play them, you're going to give it up, obviously, and then you're going to have to draft another one in your hand, but you have to pay for it. So you're managing resources at the same time. And here's Rahdo. I'm going to get him back. So let's see if this does the trick. Hi, welcome back.
I'm back. Let's see. Am I still moving very choppy? I should not do that because that's just going to confuse things. I don't know if that fixed it. I should have rebooted my router. I normally do that before live shows, but I just totally forgot this morning. Anyway, please continue. What were you saying? You were saying you love Embarcadero.
I do. I love this game. It's by Adam Cunningham and Ed Marriott, the team behind Scoville. So I really enjoyed Scoville, and this is nothing like Scoville, but the fact that they've produced another favorite game of mine plays into this because I just really enjoyed my play. Now, the reason why I would buy it today is because this is another one. This is 3 for 3. That would be a hit with my gaming group. Now that we're coming together, and I've only played this at 2. I want to play this at 3 and 4 because like most area majority games, I feel like those are better, higher player counts because there's more. You're still trying to work for those different areas that you're trying to control and score points. So that's Embarcadero, folks, from Renegade Games, on sale now at Fun Again Games.
Awesome.
Right. And if everyone in chat, let us know how Rahdo looks and sounds.
They have. I am still rocking it 8-bit style, apparently.
Okay.
C'est la vie. They're here for the content, not necessarily my pretty face. So it's all cool. It's all cool. So that was your number 5, Embarcadero, which, I mean, this looks so cool, but I just know it wouldn't be for us because of the area control. But oh my gosh. And I bet you anything, I would love playing it at a higher player count than 2, because it's really only at 2 that things kind of get really cutthroat. At a higher player count, I'm just doing this not to block you, but to do what I need to do. And I'm sorry you got blocked.
That's right.
Yeah. Yep. So, and everybody loves it. Shay loves it. You loves it. Embarcadero, number 5. Honestly, if you had asked me ahead of time, I would have guessed this was on your list, definitely. Because this is not the first time you've talked about it. Yeah, exactly. Right. All right, well, we're going to move on to number 4. And like I said right up front, I was definitely, as my list goes on and I get closer and closer to the one thing I must buy, I'm getting more and more cost conscious. I am no longer in the new releases section, which is what everything we've talked about so far, I think is. I also, and I think you did too, went through their liquidation section. Because there's a lot of really good deals. And I found a bunch of stuff. And so the one, I've got 2. My number 2 and my number 1 are on sale right now, hard discounts. So let's talk about the number 4 of the list, Voluspa, Voluspa.
Voluspa. Right. Oh, and okay.
Do you know it?
I've seen this. I've seen this before only because of the name of the designer. I love Scott Caputo games.
Scott Caputo. This is a very early design from Scott from like 2013, 2014. And for folks who don't recognize the name, Scott is hot these days with Whistle Stop and Whistle Mountain, Sorcerer City, the 100 Tory. Scott has really, in a very short amount of time, just over the last few years, established himself as one of the premier tile laying designers out there. And Voluspa, like I said, it was a much earlier game, and it's actually really cool to see on the box. It actually includes, when I played this years ago, this the Saga of Edda didn't exist. I had the original version, so there's even more content in the box, and it's only $13. It's insane. But what is it? It's a tile laying game where everybody's laying tiles to a center. You're not building your own little private garden. There's a public garden. You have a handful of tiles that represent all the various gods and creatures of Norse mythology: Thor, Odin, Loki, trolls, and the world tree, the snake, all that kind of stuff. And on your turn, you're just going to take a tile and play it out to this growing collection of tiles, Carcassonne style. And what this represents is an epic Voluspa, which is an ancient Nordic tale. We're building a tale. I actually went back and watched my run through of it this morning from many, many years ago. The first tile out was a dragon. The second tile out was Thor. So the story is, Thor slayed the dragons, but then trolls showed up and all kinds of stuff. But the interesting thing is every one of these tiles has a numeric value. If you play high value tiles, a tile that is stronger than everything else in its row and column, you score that row and column. That's the way you mostly make points. But if you have low tiles that aren't going to score anything, because they're weak. Like Loki, he's the lowest value. I think he's a 1. So he's not going to beat anybody in combat, but he is the trickster god. And he actually obliterates anybody who's next to him. So, you can like radically change the landscape with him. And other low characters, characters who won't let anybody be next to them. Characters who literally pick up tiles and move them around on the board, or tiles that cover up other tiles, thereby eliminating the high value tile that was in the column, so that all of a sudden, now low value tiles can win in that column. And ones that let you play multiples in a row, lots of cool special effects, wonderful evocative art. It is an abstract tile layer, make no mistake about it, but it's from designer Scott Caputo, one of the best, most popular tile laying designers working today. And this is an early super mega hit from him. And when I saw it at this price, I was like, yes, of course. Of course. I've never even seen this ETA thing that comes in. It wasn't included in the original. So it is, what was that? That's my number 4 on the list. Voluspa.
Yeah. Scott Caputo. And it's always neat to like when you can find games at this price point that, from designers that you enjoy, because it's like you can sort of like see the evolution sometimes of their, game design process, right? From one of these older designs. But this looks wonderful. I love tile laying games, and this, for $13, I mean, I'd be all over that. Okay.
I love the chat is saying, click, apply an audio filter to me so I can sound like an 8-bit character in addition to looking like one.
Love it. So, along those lines, so my number 3, you're starting to look at the liquidation section. I have one as well. And I don't know if you'll recognize this one, Mafiozoo.
Rudiger Dorn. It's a Rudiger Dorn, and this is a remake. Correct me if I'm wrong. Of there it is, right there on the screen. Louis the 14th. I thought long and hard about this one too. Yeah. Okay. And
just like your last choice, I picked this. I've never played this game, but again, I recognize Rudiger Dorn, right? Istanbul, Karuba, Las Vegas, and a bunch of other fantastic games he's put out. And I saw his name. I was like, oh my gosh, a game that's normally $44 for under $20 by Rudiger Dorn. Boom. Put it in my cart.
He is one of the premier designers that the industry has ever known. Istanbul, Goa. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
And I believe Louis XIV does have a lot of love as one of his earlier designs. And as I understand it, this one is not just a retheme with new art, but they did actually tweak and enhance and evolve the gameplay too to make it a bit more modern as well.
Right, and that's what I heard too. Now, again, I haven't played it yet, but I know it's got some hand management, right? And you're trying to get majorities of different types in order to become the next member of the little anthropomorphic gang here, which I think it's hilarious. I mean, look at that art; like it just makes me laugh.
Yep.
I mean, I'm a fan of like the mob movies, like Goodfellas, Godfather, and stuff, and just to see these animals like that, I'm like, okay, I'll buy this game based on the cover alone. It's hilarious to me. But so did you play the original Louis XIV?
I did many years ago, and I dimly recall it. As I recall, it is actually kind of a very focused area control type experience. With players, there's like a grid of, it used to be the court of Louis XIV, and you were trying to get your cubes on them and getting onto adjacent, and there was like battles for control over the different characters. And I assume that's been just rethemed into a Mafiozoo battle. So that was one of the things that made me hesitate just a bit, because of course, again, Jen and I aren't looking for area control skirmishes. But I mean, Rudiger Dorn is again one of the premier designers and just look at this. It looks lovely. So a very good call, I have to say.
Yeah. So that's my number 3. I mean, Rudiger Dorn, one of the all-time greats game designers. That's why I'm picking this one as my number 3 top 10 games we buy right now.
Yep. Okay. Well, then let's go on to the number 2 of the list, and this one again is another. What's the word? It's another.
Special liquidation.
Thank you. A liquidation title. And it's my personal number 1. It's the only thing I would buy if I was only buying one thing today on Fun Again. It's Xi'an, which is spelled Xian.
Oh, Xi'an. Okay.
Xi'an. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Yes. I actually covered this game a couple of years ago. I think I had the original Italian version, and I guess it got picked up and published by Matago. It got picked up by Matago for wider distribution. And at $18, this is one of the best games Jen and I played in a long time. It's a worker placement game that is all about players competing to contribute the most to the creation of the terracotta army. The famous, all the clay statues. And you can really focus on gathering the resources to build the statues. But once the statues are built, you or somebody else can focus on the resources to actually paint them because they were originally painted, or deck them out with real weapons in a set collection sub game that's going on. And, it's got great components. Unfortunately, there's no pictures here, but the terracotta statues themselves are really, really neat looking. And as they start to fill up the board, it really feels like, oh, this is the terracotta army in miniature on our table. But the thing that really makes this game stand out for me is the design. Every round, and the game takes place over 6 rounds, you are going to pick draw 4 cards from your deck. And then you're going to take 2 of those cards, one of them for the action it does, and the other one for the initiative, how fast you get to go. And then on the next round, your other 2 cards that were left over, one of them again will be the action you do, and the other is the initiative. And initiative is everything because you desperately want to go first. You want to be faster than anybody else because this is a worker placement game with only 4 worker placement spots. And it gets tight super fast. You can go to an occupied pace, but you got to pay to get in there. Plus, every round, there's always one space that is especially attractive because that's where the Grand Chancellor is or something like that. And he's constantly moving, making different opportunities. So, of course, the problem is, well, yeah, I got this thing that'll gather clay, and I've got this other thing that'll make money for me, and that's a 3 and a 6. So I'll use the 6, the moneymaker, and I'll get some clay. I'll go really fast. That's going to be awesome. Except by playing that 6, of course, the faster the card, the better it is. I'm throwing away my best money-making card. And I still might not win because the ties aren't going to break in my order this round because there's a tie-breaking scheme too. It's very Feld-like in that regard. And it is from start to finish. And this game, you will only play 12 turns. Every turn, you're going to play 2 cards as you go through your deck. And that may not sound like much, but this is one of those games that just snowballs like crazy. It is amazing. You start out doing very little, but by the end of the game, you've mastered the palace, you've built several statues, you've claimed other ones, you painted, you've done set collection. It starts out very small, and it just balloons and balloons and balloons. But every step of the way, you are just racked with tension over which of these cards. It's very Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven has the same idea that, hey, every round I'm going to play some cards, and I'm playing this card for the speed, I'm playing these other cards for the action I do, and how do I mix and match? What's more important? So it has that kind of vibe going on, but in a Euro worker placement setting with really great components. I don't understand why this is in a liquidation sale. I mean, this should have been one of the most popular games that came out, whatever year it came out. Jen and I were both blown away by it. That's my number 2 of the top 10 games I'd buy right now, Xi'an.
Wow. That sounds like something I'd be really into. I love the fact that you can play it in 30 to 60 minutes. Too.
Yes, it is a tight, fast, tension-filled game. You are sweating bullets from start to finish. Every decision is agonizing with all the different compromises you have to make. 2017, Rex points out, is when it came out. And I guess Fun Again has a few extra copies lying around, and they're ready to make them go. And for that one lucky winner of the $50 gift certificate, I would suggest Xi'an.
All right. So that's your number 2. Now, my number 1, I'm going back to the liquidation section again, and this is going to be, I'm sure, well, we're going to see if you had it on your list. Amun-Re, the card game.
Yes. $10, $9.99.
$10.
Come on.
Yeah, that's like almost ridiculous. They're almost giving it away at this point. Reiner Knizia. That's all I got to say. I am such a huge fan of his. I've become more of a Knizia fan. The longer I've been into games, I've come to really appreciate his designs, right? Because for the most part, his designs are like low rules overhead, yet tons of strategy behind. Like, I don't have to sit there for most of his games. I don't have to sit there and read like a 30-page rule book. He's usually got a couple of pages, and Amun-Re, I've not played the card game or the original. I am assuming you have, my friend.
I have never played the original because it's a 3-player minimum game, so I'd always skipped it. But I've heard nothing but great things about it. When Amun-Re, the card game, came out and it allowed for 2-player gameplay, I was all over it. I still own it. I got this when I was in Malta, and when we moved back to the States 3 years ago, I had to make a lot of hard cuts. I did not cut this. I kept it. It is an excellent game that kind of captures, I guess, the Amun-Re gameplay and merges it kind of with the auction-y bidding tiles of another Knizia classic, Ra. because
that's right.
it's kind of like Raw, but instead of just getting whatever bidding tiles you want, you're kind of making your own little army of bidding tiles to use.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant, simple, fast, like always with a Kenichi game, elegant game with high stakes and really sharp design. I do highly recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, again, $10 for this quality of game, where, you know, I do like that really tense style of auction or bidding, right? Where you're limited. You can, you build up your army, excuse me, you build up your, you know, what you can bid, and then you can't, you know, like a lot of, I think it's like High Society does this too, another one of his bidding games where you can bid something, but you don't get change. Like there's like what you bid, that's it. And so, and you're trying to make sure you have enough for future rounds. And, you know, I think it's only a 3-round game. Is that correct? 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. 3 rounds. And, you know, it's, again, this is something I can't believe it's $10 for.
I know. I mean, and there were plenty more too. I mean, I could have made my entire list really good, you know, exciting stuff from their liquidation list. But I did want to talk about some new stuff too, because I'm very excited about those other games as well. But that's it, Ruel. I think we have made now the definitive, written in stone as of August 18th, 2021, the top games, the top 10 games people should consider buying right now. That's what we have done.
All right. So, you know, I do. I wanted to point this out too. Let me. We need to share this. Let me.
What's that?
This is the Fun Again Games logo. If you'll notice, it's got this fun. I love this combination of the knight and the astronaut here. You have your fantasy and your sci-fi, you know, mixed in one. They offer all kinds of games here. So
why would you be pointing this out, Ruel?
You know, I'm wondering.
You're just a fan of
I
logos?
point this out?
I wonder.
Yeah. Why would I talk about logos?
Well, I mean, what was that? What was on the logo again?
And we have an astronaut. And
there it is. Word is astronaut. Oh, here's the thing. When we decided right before, we're like, oh, we could do the knight, but then people would say, well, is it knight with a K or without? But here's the thing. It's hard to work in astronaut into casual conversation.
It is. Yeah.
And I had every intention of doing it when we were talking about roll camera. Because I was just going to mention, and you can make sci-fi movies with astronauts, and I just completely forgot. And I knew the rest of my list had nothing to do with astronauts, and I was hoping, maybe he'll have something, maybe some kind of sci-fi thing. And
I was like, I was dying here. I was like, I didn't pick any sci-fi games on my list. I was like, oh, darn it. So there it is.
Yep, and we were running out of time, and I was hoping somebody in the Q&A would give us something. But nope, you're right. In the end, folks, the secret word to win a $50 gift certificate from Fun Again Games is astronaut. Send that as your subject header to contest@rahdo.com. You have until 1 week from today. You have until the 25th of August, 11 a.m. PST, which is 6 p.m. GMT. If you're seeing this after that, please don't send me the email. I'm still getting emails from our first episode. I'm still getting captain emails to this day. And we're like, okay, that contest is well over. So again, contest@rahdo.com is the email address. Put as the subject of the email, astronaut. And then whatever else you like, and you will be entered to win 50. And hopefully we gave you some good suggestions for what you should spend that $50 on. Yeah. Okay.
Now
we've done it well.
Just to make sure, just real quick, is it case sensitive? Can it be all caps or does it matter?
It's my thing does not care. It takes anything with an astronaut.
Great. Okay. Yep. Good luck, everybody. There it is. Contest@rahdo.com. Good luck to everyone. We will be drawing a winner next week. Okay. So let me go over here.
Is it time for our award-winning segment, Ruel Ranks?
Oh, did it win awards?
Well, I think highly of it. So it's won my heart. How about that?
Oh, okay. And that's what we're all about, folks. We're all about winning everyone's hearts out there. Let's move on to the next section here. We're going to get this on screen.
Show us what you got.
There's my collection, folks. And hey, if you want to find my collection online, you can go right here, the Gaviola Game Library.rahdo.com. You can click there.
Which you didn't go to, I see, because none of the pictures were on screen.
Yeah. Did you notice that? I had this set up.
I made this special for you, man.
I know.
And you named it the Gaviola Game Library because apparently all his friends come borrow his games, and so everybody jokingly refers to it as the Gaviola Game Library. If you ever find yourself in Los Angeles, be sure to visit Gaviola Game Library. He's giving stuff away.
Come on over, friends.
Yeah. This was my other. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that nicer? Isn't that nicer? Yes. Plus, it's sorted by your ranking, so we can skip all the stuff you've ranked and get to the stuff you haven't ranked because we're going to rank something today. This was my other last-ditch effort. I was going to keep an eye out for a sci-fi game that you hadn't ranked. And that was a possibility, but I mean, although Star Wars Imperial Assault, why have you not ranked Star Wars Imperial Assault? That's weird.
I haven't
Star Wars Trivia game. Oh, well, okay, then I'm not going to make you do it now. What else have you got? What else have you got? Oh, Steampunk Rally is awesome.
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Okay, I'm going to rank Steampunk Rally, friends, because here's the thing.
Which has no astronauts in it, by the way.
Right, there. No, actually, no, there isn't. I was thinking, isn't there one in the expansion?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
I only played the prototype of that, so it could be. I mean, I guess I could have asked, hey, wasn't there an astronaut in the expansion? I could have thrown that in, but that ship has sailed. All right. And we should stop saying the secret word because people have to get it from earlier.
Okay. Right. This is a great one to choose because here's the thing. It's actually on my to call list. Like I may be calling this out of my collection.
Wow.
Okay. So when I first played, I loved this game when it first came out. It actually it came out 2015. So that's around the time of like Scythe and all that. This was like one of my top 5 games that year for sure. For sure. It's an engine builder, dice placement game. I love dice and I love engine builders, so this had the best of both worlds. I'm not even a steampunk fan, the theme, but this one made me a steampunk fan. So this has a lot of really, it's a very sentimental game for me because, this was one of the first, maybe the first like 25 games I played when I got into the hobby.
Wow. Okay. So a huge nostalgia factor for you then too.
Yeah.
Then but why the thing are you getting rid of it? What's the thing?
I'm glad you asked. That's the reason why I haven't played it in. Okay, I'm going to look at my there's again. I know I've logged it more than 5 plays. Yeah. But the last time I played it was 2017. That's 4 years ago.
That just sounds like it's gathering dust and it wants some love.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you haven't felt the need to, and you certainly had ample opportunity to. So what do you rank it then?
We're gonna go. It's still okay. So I'm gonna. Let me see. It's definitely in the 7s. I'm gonna go 7 point. Again, I'm learning from you, Rahdo. 7 point. Let's go 7.33.
I think he's actually actively trying to flog it. He's put in, hey, I'm trying to upsell this in case anybody wants to buy it from me. Folks, here's the deal. I have it ranked too. This is another game that I had to think long and hard about. Am I going to move it back from Malta to America, halfway around the world? It stayed on my shelf. Okay. It totally did. What am I at? I think I rank it as an 8.24.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, because I have to admit, it's rare that Jen and I find racing games that we really, really enjoy a lot. Yeah. And this one, because it's a racing game crossed with an engine builder where you're building these crazy jalopies and tearing them apart, and it has a little bit of I dropped an oil slick on the road and it messed you up, but not too terribly much. But mostly it's really more than anything else about some of the most bonkers brilliant engine building I have ever seen. And the output of your engine is speed, so you can get across the finish line as fast as possible. Excellent game. Right. Darth Ed 77 knows what I'm talking about. He loves it.
Nice.
Wade loves it. I think everybody loves it except for you, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I love it. I just don't love it as much anymore. And you're talking about like engine building and also race games. Like so after I got Steampunk Rally, like I got Quest for Eldorado. I love that as a race game, right?
Yes.
Another Knizia design.
I would accept that you got rid of it specifically because it's been replaced by Cubitos specifically.
Yes.
That makes sense. You can only have so many race games on your shelf when you have limited space. That's fair enough.
That's why, but it is still a fantastic game.
Oh, Cubito! If I had to only own 2 race games, I would definitely keep Cubitos. Cubitos. I think I would keep this over Knizia's Eldorado.
Oh,
I think I
wow,
would.
really?
I think I would. I think this is a
Wow.
more compelling experience, and I think Race for Eldorado is phenomenal as well.
Yeah,
So,
beautiful game.
okay,
Yeah.
we have 7 minutes left on the clock. Audience, whoever's still here, ask us questions to
This is
round
your
it out.
chance, friends. Let us know. We've got a few minutes to go. We're happy to answer questions.
Let Ruel know he's wrong, and he should hold on to Steampunk and get rid of Eldorado.
Bring it, folks. Let me know why I should keep this.
Although,
Let me know.
I mean, honestly, no, you should keep them all, quite frankly. I mean, those are 3 amazing games. Yeah. Speaking of that, the racing game I didn't keep for kind of this reason is Flamme Rouge.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh,
Flamme Rouge is a brilliant racing game, too.
I love Flamme Rouge.
It's so smart. But honestly, I mean, it plays it straight. You know, it's a very simple, elegant, smooth game, but it doesn't have any kind of whirring, moving, cool mechanisms to it. It's just a very cool, smooth, elegant, simple game. Hey, okay, we've got our first question. Is there a limit on names that I can use? Questions, contests, etc. I don't know. I don't know, Gerard. I don't understand what he means.
I don't get that either.
Okay.
Kabuki Kid asks, Ruel, do you have chickens too? I do not have chickens.
Have you ever had chickens? Did you have them growing up or anything like that?
I did not. No.
Okay. No. All right.
Yeah.
Are you going to get chickens? Do you want to get chickens?
Well, after seeing, was it Amber? Is that the name of the
That was Amber, yes. Everybody missed last week. One of our brand new 4-week-old chicks, Amber, made a special guest appearance, and she was adorable. I mean, actually, go back to that. When I made this collage for last week's sponsor, those are all really nice looking professional shots, right? That one in the top left corner, that's us. Jen took that picture.
Oh, nice.
That is Amber with her butt facing towards us, and 3 of the others. And I think the other one was actually under Buffy in that picture. Sorry, it's neither here nor there. Fun. I imagine we've stalled enough. We probably got a few questions here. Favorite racing game, says Daniel Kim. That's an appropriate question.
Favorite racing game? Well,
I'm going to say it's probably 3, 2, 1. We could probably guess 3, 2, 1. Cubitos, right?
Cubitos, yeah, that's it.
That game is so phenomenal. That is going to make, I think, a lot of top 10s of the year come the end of the year. And that's not to slack off Automobiles, which was its predecessor. That was an excellent race game too. But oh my gosh, Cubitos is so great.
Cubitos, yes.
Ruel, have you ever played Feudum? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that one I have not. Thanks for the question, New American Underground. I have not played Feudum. I saw it a few times at my game group, and it was just one of those things I couldn't get over there. I was in another game at the time. The thing that I've heard though is that it's a really rough teach. I don't know if have you played that one, Rahdo?
No,
I've heard it's a pretty rough teach.
It's not my cup of tea, so I've just never really looked at it too close. I hear it's great. I've only heard great things. I'm surprised New American Underground says it's hit or miss. I thought it was a pretty universally loved game. But maybe someday. Again, it's one of those things that I probably enjoy a lot more at a higher player count. Because when you're in 2 players, any kind of struggle just becomes zero sum. Anytime I can prevent you from getting points, that's the same as me getting points. That's not true at a higher player count game. That's a big reason why I'm so Care Bear, because I only play with my wife. What else we got?
Okay.
For questions.
Let's see. We've got people talking about chicken. Oh, people love the chickens. All right. Stacey Everdell asked, Ruel, how much Scythe have you played? Gosh, I love that game. I've only, as much as I love that game, Stacey, and chat, I probably only played it. I can't imagine playing it more than a dozen times or so, just because it's, it takes a while. And but I really enjoy it. I have played a couple times online as well on the Steam version. Other questions. Watching anywhere. Oh, question. Watching. Yeah, from Monica. Monica says, watch an unknown game for 3 hours or play an unknown game for 3 hours from midnight?
Is the name of the game From Midnight? Oh, no, okay, they're saying 3 hours until midnight, which is, so I assume she's saying at 9 o'clock at night. Would you sit down to watch an unknown game or play an unknown game? Because you're getting close to midnight, you're getting tired, I guess.
Oh, got it.
I'm going to translate Monica's question into, how well do you do after hours? Do you get sleepy? Would you be better off just, I'm just going to watch this rather than, oh my God, I have to stay awake and focus and play? That's my guess as to what she means. And answer that question. Right. Answer that interpretation of that question.
So I'll answer that. I would always, I'd 100% always pick play. I'd rather play, even if I'm tired, I'd rather play. But there are times when I would watch, so I'm going to take the easy way out here and say it depends on my mood, how I feel.
I will not compromise. I will say watch. Both Jen and I, when we get to the evening, we can play and we can enjoy games, but it significantly reduces our enjoyment of a game. The more tired we are, the more we're ready just to shut down for the day. And we have several times tried to play games in the evening or at night. And, Jen has walked away saying, well, that was just a piece of garbage. And I'm like, I think you would have enjoyed that game if we had been playing at 2 p.m. And the same thing kind of happens to me as well. So, after hours, I'd rather watch at double speed, which is how I watch everything.
Got it. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes.
Name 91982 says, Ruel, are you exclusive with two-player gamers, Rahdo, or what is the common group number? I'm not. So, my main gaming partner is my wife, Michelle. So we do play a lot of two-player games. But I am normally in my gaming group before the pandemic. There was a group of like 4 to 6 of us that would get together. So I do enjoy higher player count games. But, with the pandemic and everything, of course, my main gaming group was going to be my wife, Michelle, and our daughter, Lauren. So 2 to 3 players for this last year mainly.
Okay.
What do you guys think about Wild?
My turn.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You skipped a good one from Felicitas. What was the game that was being played in the intro in the first 5? The one with the chips? I believe, Felicitas, that you were referring to was Lost Explorers, which I filmed the run-through for yesterday. It should be going live on the 21st, I think, if I recall correctly. And it'll answer the question, what did I think of it, seeing as how Z Garcia of the Dice Tower destroyed it? Oh, he ripped it apart.
Really?
So you'll be able to get a counterpoint on the Lost Explorers gameplay when my video goes up in a few days.
Interesting. He really did not enjoy it.
Oh, he had he liked the box art. I think that was about the only nice thing he had to say.
Okay. We got time for another question or two. Let's see.
All right.
Is it Recycler Shoe asks favorite dice chucker? Oh. Favorite dice chucker.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I know, easy. That's easy. But go on.
I'm gonna. Well, I obviously I could say Kubitos right now, but no, I'm gonna pick a classic. Well, in my eyes, a classic. Roll for the Galaxy.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was. This is freaky.
Yeah. Wow.
We have the same background. We love the same things.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's just classic. I mean, you get that cup, you get a fistful of dice, and how can I
slam?
Slam it on there. Yep. And then when you're done with your turn, you put your cup over so everyone knows your turn. You're ready to go. Love Roll for the Galaxy.
Joshua asks, what game have you spent the most cash on over the years?
Ooh.
I have 2 answers for that. One is Magic the Gathering. Because back in the day, I got bit hard by that bug. So much so, I got a retail license in the state of Washington, so I could buy cards by the case.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, so that I could open them up. Because I don't know if you remember the old school Magic, when you went into the store to buy booster packs, their packaging used to be white, and if you could take it, the 3rd card, I believe, was the rare. And so if you're really careful, you could push the 3rd card up and then hold the plastic tight to see what rare was going to be in there. And I can't tell you how many hours I spent doing that, going through my case upon case upon case. Although it did bite me in the end, because I don't know how many boxes of Fallen Empires I have in storage down at my sister-in-law's house in California. That was not a wise investment, all the Fallen Empires. Nobody wants any of that stuff. So I spent a lot there. But on the flip side, though, that doesn't count, because I made so much money off of that. It literally helped us make a down payment on a house when we moved to Oregon many years ago, back in the 90s. That was how big it was back then. So I think my more modern answer is probably going to be Edge of Darkness from AEG. Because I bought the base, I backed the first expansion, and I just yesterday backed the second expansion. It's online, because the thing about Edge of Darkness is it is not available at retail. It's a Kickstarter exclusive. Jen and I love that game. I will keep on buying, and it's spendy, but there's a lot of goodness in that game. So I think that's mine, and I'm giving you enough time. What is the most you spent on games?
Probably either Scythe or Blood Rage. Just with, again, I wasn't an original Kickstarter backer for either of them, so I was buying it piecemeal, and it just adds up. And you have to get the realistic resources, the token, the metal coins. And with Blood Rage, I did all the expansions, all the little extra minis, and I even did back the latest expansion where you get the actual expansions, and then you are actually backing the digital version of the game too. So yeah, both of those I've spent a ton of money on, because I love both those games. Okay.
Oh man, we are
So,
over time. In the
we
future,
are.
we have to tell people to warm up their Q&As like 5 minutes before we get to it, because
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just looking. There are so many good questions that I would love to
There
answer,
are.
but folks, we are out of time. It is time to go. Bring those questions back next week, when we will be here. Same Rahdo time, same Rahdo channel, noon PST, 7 GMT, and we'll be talking about games once again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
having a good old time, and just being shocked how we were apparently separated at birth almost every single step of the way. I'm
That's
freaking
right.
out.
Brothers from different mothers.
Yes, indeed.
Friends, thank you again for hanging out with us for the R&R show. We will be back, as Rahdo said, live next week, noon Pacific. And I can't wait to talk about games with you again, my friend. And until then, have a great week.
Indeed. And let me throw it back up there. One last final thanks to our sponsor of the show, Fun Again Games.
Yes. I want to thank them.
Yep. And there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week. Talk to you later. So long. Hit that button, Ruel. Bye-bye.